Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Heist League 3.12. In this episode, I'm going to be telling you guys all about this Mayhem. So that I have already done the video on the December events, I know, but in that video, I told everyone that I'd be making like a 1 week Mayhem video. I'd make an endless delve video. I want to make specific builds for each of these, so I'll show you real quick, I guess, just because keep you interested. This is the sneak peek. I put together a whole entire POB with all the points updated again. This is the really crazy. I have all the skills and all the levels broken down with all the links in order of import. Yeah. Anyways, I have the tree. I have items of every single level throughout the entire thing. Yeah, so let's get into the actual. So how I'm gonna start this is, how you guys do. This is a 1 week Mayhem video, so the point of it is to target this event. We're targeting the December 4th event, and we're helping you deal with this event and do good. So the main thing is, I should break down what the Mayhem is for the people who haven't seen the previous video and want to know what Mayhem is. So Mayhem is the event that takes classic Path of Exile League modifiers from Anarchy, Invasion, Breach, Ambush, Torment, and Harbinger and pushes them to the extreme. In each area, you'll encounter one of the following scenarios: 20 Rogue Exiles, 20 Strongboxes, 20 Invasion Bosses, 10 Breaches, 20 Tormented Spirits, or 20 Harbingers. Each area and raid class will have one of these mods. The mod that an area has will change every hour. So once you find an area with a specific mod that you like, you could target farm it. So this shouldn't be in Heist. So this is basically a no Heist league, because this is gonna be so impactful. Like I was already so now I'll go into what I was looking at and stuff I was looking into. So at the top you might see 6 things. That's Rogue Exiles, Invasion Bosses, Tormented Spirits, Harbinger, Breach, and Strongbox. I got it all. So not only have I broken down the build you can use with all of the breakdown of the skill tree of all the leveling and everything, and my recommendations, I also have pulled up every single past league that's in this event, so I can give you some facts. So I guess I'll start it off with the simple stuff first, the ones that we're most comfortable with and most people will be most comfortable because they're new, like the ones that have been in the recent leagues. So we have strong boxes every league, and the main point of strong boxes is to find Arcanist strong boxes because you get currency, the cartographers for maps, diviners for divination cards, you can use the gem cutters for gems, jewelry, and then the rest is random assorted. You can get special uniques, that's really rare, 0.6%. And so yeah, you can really see the weightings of this stuff. So some of them are really rare, like the div, and so I recommend, obviously you'd want to get the most out of your diviner strongboxes and arcana strongboxes to get divs and money. This is the main focus probably of most people with strongboxes, and yeah, you can quality them up with engineer's orbs, and you can look for extra modifiers like this, and it'll tell you actually what different strong boxes can roll different mods. Yep. Recommendations for this, I don't have any. Maybe increase quant, pretty good for the divs and the currency. Get more of them. That always sounds pretty good. Yep. Otherwise, I think they're pretty simple. Next, breach. You open up a breach. There's gonna be 10 of these. Wait, how many? Dude, that's so many breaches. You step in the breach, and then you spawn the thing, and the breach will be of the different types. And so, yeah, we might need Chaos Res earlier than normal because of hitting a Chayula breach would be insane. This is some of the stuff I've been thinking about. Normally, some things we wouldn't have to worry that much about defenses. This is going to be really rippy. This first one looking really scary. So I think you should expect to die, get used to dying, and well, yeah, work on murdering faster so you don't die. Yeah, but you're going to have the 5 different types: Zoth, Tool, Esh, Ulnuddle, Chayula. Obviously, Chayula is the best. Going to be hard as fuck because Chaos. And yeah, not much tips other than kill the monsters in the breach. Feels good, man. Get the loot. This is Harbingers. So 20 Harbingers is insane because they're going to be spawning their mess everywhere. And I feel like we're going to get a lot of mirror shards in this event. And ancient orbs. And exalted shards. So I would expect those to be pretty plentiful. And to have this stuff on your filter. Because you're going to be getting Harbingers a lot. So I'll have a filter for this event. I'll make one and continue to update it throughout the event as well, like I always do. But target for this currency chest and the div chest. This is obviously target Chayula if you can. Harbinger, you target mirror shards, exalted, and ancient orb shards. It's only shards, only currency shards. Tormented Spirits are weird. I didn't know much about them until today or yesterday when I was looking this up. But basically the main thing is they're a little spirit, green spirit. And they fly around and they'll go infect somebody, like go into and combine with. And they give them slight movement, attack speed, and cast speed. But they also give quantity and rarity increased. So you get more loot. So you want Tormented Spirits. And then I looked down here and it said, wait, where was it? Oh yeah, it said if you kill a tormented, you get 1 rare item. If you kill a rare monster possessed, then you get 2. If you get a unique possessed, you get 3. So technically, it's good just to kill the torments because you'll get 20. But if there are 20 in rare monsters, you'll get 40 rare items. And if there are 20 Tormented Spirits in unique monsters, then you'll get 60 items. Makes sense to me. Seems pretty obvious. And also then you get the IIQ, that increased quantity and rarity on the unique monsters. So like, for example, if you Tormented Spirit the Minotaur, I would have to assume that it would drop its unique more often. I don't know if it'll affect that specifically. But that sounds pretty good. And then I was looking through some of this stuff, and explodes on death, dealing fire damage sounded like the scariest thing. Yep. Everything else seems fine, but that one seems really, 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 really scary. Tormented Spirits should be super rippy and super scary, especially you imagine you get a beast, red beast with it. You get, I don't know, some crazy shit. Here we have invasion bosses. So this is going to be into 20 invasion bosses. I've never played a league with invasion bosses. So, they have all these unique abilities for each one of these invasion bosses. And so I was scrolling through, trying to see if I see any really bad ones. And I saw this one. So his name is Drool Scar. And I was like, dude, detonate dead. That doesn't sound very good. He's gonna explodey and I'm gonna die. And that doesn't sound good at all, man. There's so many. There's so many of them. It's mind-blowing. Ball lightning sounds pretty scary. You have another detonate dead. Mother of the Swarm, Soul Eater, and detonate dead. What is this, dude? This is the scariest shit. Val detonate dead. Shiver Shell. Cast Validated Dead on low life in the second form. This is so insane, dude. Soul Eater, the Duchess. Soul Eater, the Firestarter. Flicker Strike. So the point is, expect to die in this league. Yeah, that's what it's telling me, man. Oh my god. Expect to die. At least, and that, or like be over leveled, or maybe like go back to lower level areas and go fight them, because you could farm this for insane loot. Because when would you ever have a coast filled with 20 Harbingers, right? For an entire hour. Just saying, sounds pretty good to me. Rogue Exiles. So we have these, and there's all these listed here. And I don't really know what any of them do, and I just kill them, and then they drop some okay stuff, and Yeah, I won't be targeting rogue exiles. I won't really be targeting invasion bosses. I won't really be targeting... I might target tormented. It's kind of fun. But for minion builds, we kind of ruin the tormented, so it's not really that good because our minions kind of attack them and kill them without letting them infect. Normal builds will leave the spirit alone, let the spirit fly around, chase it into a monster. Our build just kills it. Yeah, I'll probably target Harbinger, Breach, and Strong Boxes. These sound absolutely disgusting, and these three sound rippy. Harbinger could be hard, Breach can be hard, but at least... yeah, you feel like you have more control, and we've been playing with these, and there's no like random, you're going to get one that's way harder than everything else. It's going to be pretty consistent. You can even scour the strong boxes to remove like bad things like the detonate nearby corpses, which is fine. Freezing you on opening, that's annoying, but you can have a freeze pot for it. You could go get your flash charges up for the strong boxes, or you could use like the charges you get from one strong box to open the next one. Alright, that's enough about the actual mechanics of the game. Let's talk about the build. So I have this build, and I want to mention that this is a league starter, so this is a fresh like SSF league start friendly build, and it's oh, I forgot to mention this. We're how far into the video? 11.5 minutes. It's a Carrion Golem elementalist league starter. Okay, so let's go into it. Oh, by the way, the gear has no life, so this is 4,000 life with just the tree at 93. Okay, and actually it can have 3,900 yeah, without the jewel sockets. That's pretty good. And like the armor is 5,600, which is pretty good for no floss, no mods on the gear, nothing. That's just skill tree and the base item level 69 gear. It's pretty cool. Like this 185 armor. We got 142 here. What's this one have? 600. Yeah, pog. Easy clap. Okay, so now I'll go through from the beginning. So it's funny that I still recommend my first 12 skill points the same way I always did, is start through the normal witch and you get the extra minion damage and stuff. This is really good. It's really effective. This squares up all the damage you need in the beginning of the build, and for the first 1 to 12 we use level 1. Well, you start Fireball, but we get Raise Zombie from the quest, and we buy Freezing Pulse. We swap out Fireball for Freezing Pulse, so we have Arcane Surge and Freezing Pulse. At level 4, I get Phantasms for my zombies. I also add Raging Spirit instead of Freezing Pulse, and I also get Phantasms for my Raging Spirit, and I get Frostblink from the quest. At level 8, I get Summon Raging Spirit with minion damage at level 8 and melee splash at level 8. And you have to keep in mind that for the melee splash, it has 18 strength, so you have to get some strength somewhere. So keep that in mind. At level 10, we get Summon Phantasm minion life. Wait. I fucked up. This is a good thing that I went through this. What level was that? 18. Oops. I shouldn't have deleted it. I should have just kept it. That would have been easier. Zombie. Oh no, dude. It's all ruined. It's all ruined. It's all ruined. I thought it was earlier. What did I do? This is... I knew this was going to happen, and it's okay, because we're still fixing it before actually releasing it, and it's fine, but mistakes happen, and it's okay. Where did I just put that? Almost done. It was level 18? Oh yeah, sorry. Back to where I was. So at level 10, you can drop Summon Raging Spirit for Val Summon Skeletons melee splash minion damage, but people will ask, what about normal Summon Skeletons? What if I don't have Val? I would still do it. The main reason is you get to summon 2 instead of 1, and so in a boss, you can summon them faster. Even if they die, you can summon them faster. Also, when you summon them to their maximum, you can run around or use your other abilities, because at 12, you'll get Spirit Offering, which is some good damage. But anyways, Flame Dash at level 10, you can drop Frostblink. It's a better dash because it's farther. I use Flame Dash because it's instant. Vitality for the regen. At level 12, we use Spirit Offering. This is for the damage. It's similar to Flesh Offering, but it also gives the minions 20% Chaos Res and Elemental Res, and because we don't have Brutality until level 38, this is good. Skitterbots at 16. Good damage, good defense, and Desecrate for the Spirit Offering. At level, now we'll go back to the skill tree because, well, I'm past the 12 points. At 25, we get the Enduring Bond, and this is perfect for Sacrifice. This shit looks insane, and your minions will survive a lot more, like 90% of the time now, 95% of the time, because of the regen and the leech and the regen and the 10% LE res, and with your Spirit Offering capping the reses, they actually don't die anymore. It's really insane. So then at 18, we get Raise Zombie, Minion Life, Summon Phantasm. They stop dying too because, well, the minion life's that insane. 30% more minion life. It's insane. The Phantasms are really cool too. And at 18, you also get melee physical damage. So you'll have Val Summon Skeleton, melee Fizz, melee Splash, minion damage. At level 24, you can drop Vitality. You're running potions at this point with instant life recovery. And you can run Vulnerability, Pride, and Dread Banner. You don't have to drop Vitality. Where you can avoid Pride, keep Vitality, and go Flesh and Stone if you want to. That's fine with me. Both are great. It's fine. There's like a few options. This is more damage. Giving up Vitality, and in the league start, damage is really expensive, so I think that it's worth it. Especially this event is going to be rippy anyways. I'm not going to be that afraid of dying, and I think we're still way better, tankier than we've ever been, and it's going to be through like the better, more well-balanced skill tree with actual armor and stuff, if that makes sense. But now I'll show the next part of the skill tree where we get our first lab and everything changes. So 43 points in normal lab. So I went and I got the extra death attunement, the life, and we get Golem Commander. Now this is insane because we can get Elementalist as our first normal lab, and you get Liege of the Primordial, you get your extra Golem, and the Golems are immune to elemental damage, and we get the increased effect of the buff. Okay, so we have 3 Golems. We get 3 Golems at this point. So this is where you'd be level here 34. You have your Carrion Golem, and then you have, it's not leveled, all the stuff isn't leveled and shit, but 34, you can drop skeletons after ascending, and you can go Carrion Golem with Feeding Frenzy, Melee Fizz, and Impale, and so you can already have Dread Banner Impale. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. So then, you're already a Golem build at 34, and then you'll be using the minion skills like Spirit Offering and potentially, I missed Convocation in the build. What level do you get that at? Let me just check real quick. $24. We need that, or we want that in the build at 30, 34 probably. Along with the Carrion Golem edition, you probably would want to add this to make it, to move the Carrion Golems around, and then in the end, I guess I would use one of the unset ring slots. I didn't use them actually in this, so that's good. 1 ring slot, you can change it to Convocation. There you go. So then you have Convocation in the build. There's an extra ring slot still, so I'm not sure what I would do with that yet, but it's nice to have extra room anyways. But yeah, at 34, I forgot to mention this. At 31, you actually take the Dread Banner and you can link it to Generosity, and any gems that you didn't have, you can get access through the library quest. The library is really nice for unlocking gems. Also, after Act 6, it's really easy. But Obviously, you want to get your like Carrion Golem stuff set up, and so you want your gems by 34. But this is where we go Impale and stuff. And then the Impale with the Dread Banner is pretty nice, and the Feeding Frenzy, because you don't have the Primordial Might yet. So at 38, this is where the game like is enabled. You're awoke, you got everything. Here you go. This is links in order of importance. So obviously a 6th link at level 38 is insane, but this is just showing you what you would do if you had it. So Carrion Golem, Feeding Frenzy, Impale, Multi-Strike, Brutality, Melee Fist. This is where I would probably, if I'm gonna run the Brutality, you probably drop the Spirit Offering for Flesh Offering. But you could also run, if you wanted to keep the Spirit Offering. This is why I kept that originally. It was so, yeah, you could drop Brutality. You could make it do Chaos damage a little bit. And you can run minion damage instead. It's fine. But for this case, it's Brutality. None of the gems are leveled up. I didn't bother. I kept them all low so you could see the levels that you get them at. Because this is like a league start friendly build. I'm going to make another build guide with like budget, the things I'm going to be going and balancing the build and making it all work and all that stuff, and what recommendations I make to make the build. So this is basically to get you through the story, the campaign, and get you to mapping and to get you into white maps, okay? And beat Katava, and it's going to be really fun and you're going to have a great time. But then I have to make a video for after map, like when you're in maps and what you're going to be doing. And the build and the plan, the order of the build, etc. But yeah, at 38, full 6 link. You can drop Melee Fizz if you have a 5 link. You could drop Brutality or Multi if you have the 4 link. Both work. And we went Pride, Dread Banner, Skitterbots, Generosity. Generosity's for the Dread Banner for more Impale. Raise Spectre, Blood Magic, Minion Life, Elemental Army. Elemental Army to cap the Raise Spectre's Elemental Res. Blood Magic, so they use mana instead of life for their spells because they don't have mana regeneration. And we use Host Chieftains and Carnage Chieftains, so it'd be like at this point this would be, let's say, level, well, obviously you're 38, so it's like super low. Okay, we'll just assume you have 2 Spectres from Death Attunement and the 1 from the gem. You could have 2 Carnage Chieftains. The order I recommend them is 2 Carnage Chieftains, 1 Host Chieftain, and then 1 Theif Tool. But if you can get a Theif Tool, because of us having access to breaches so early, it's possible that I would recommend 2 Carnage Chieftains, 1 Theif Tool, and then the Host Chieftain. If you don't know my Spectres, you should go look at the Spectre video. Zombies, Raise Zombie, Phantasm, Minion Life, Elemental Army, super fun. Flame Dash, Desecrate Flesh Offering. For here, Vulnerability. For this, the levels matter. Keep the cast from damage taken at level 1. Keep the Immortal Call at level 3. Very important. It requires a level, and so if you level them up, then they're too high and they won't work. Convocation, and I don't know what the last ring slot thing should be. And I also recommend I would choose Lunaris and Gruthkul. That's my recommendations. And now I'll show you the rest of the skill tree. So this is like 34, 38, something like that. And then you're working towards this. So you have all your skills by now. And now you're just doing the skill tree, leveling and playing the game. And so 58 points. We got the extra Fearsome Force, we get the extra Chaos Res, get the extra life. It's just because I feel like I had so much damage and stuff already good. I went for some defenses. I went now for filling out what I've skipped, the extra Redemption and Righteous Army. I went for the extra life here. Nice. And then we got our second Ascendancy, so we get an extra Golem. It's a lot more damage. You get 100% Elemental Ailment immunity by this point. It's already GG. At 87 points, you can get the extra Sanctum of Thought for armor and anti-crit. Same thing with combat stamina. I figured more armor. Seems pretty good. This is the stuff we learned from SSF Hardcore, the Gauntlet. And this is the skill tree change for this as well. This is completely different, so you can tell that our Recommended stuff is completely different than what it used to be. It's really nice to see, actually. And then when you have some currency, you can get jewel sockets, but I didn't actually recommend what to put in the jewel sockets yet because, well, we know it's going to be the jewels, and the jewels are expensive, so that's part of the budget build. And this is just showing you that you could technically use this and put regular jewels with like life and reses, and it's probably fine, but you gave up a bunch of damage because I took out the Righteous Army and the Redemption, so most likely it's stopping at 109, and Merc Lab is my recommended skill tree. And you don't really need the Uber Lab because it's just increased area of effect of the auras for 5 seconds every 10 seconds. And then it's jewel sockets, which cost currency. So this is pretty much what you would be going towards, and this is the plan. And I think people are really gonna like what I've put together. Hope they like it. I hope it's good. I hope they enjoy their Mayhem. This league start should be absolutely fucking insane. The best thing they've ever experienced, probably. And Mayhem should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, I still have to release the budget version, but I'll show you guys the gear real quick. So I ended up putting in basically gear. So this means like showing you what you would kind of equip. And base items. So level 1 to 12 you can get a shield, and it has 4 all res and 18 armor. It's like so funny, but you can do this, right? So a shield with some armor and some all res, pretty good for so early. The helmet, you can get some armor and ES. The reason for the hybrids is early as a witch, it doesn't seem to offer you the armor bases, and then it's easier also to roll blue sockets on these. I was thinking. The chest plate, I went for a pure armor chest plate though, so 82 armor. The glove, go for an energy shield, so you could roll blue for the zombies. I went and you'd have a wand for blue. These are for red blue for maybe the skeleton link or the summon raging spirit link. That makes sense, right? Because the colors, the bases indicate how easy it is to roll the colors. Int bases, it's easier to roll blue. Strength bases, easier to roll red. Dex bases, easier to roll green. So we try to use that in the build. And then I also made sure like I give up the glove because the glove has like some of the least armor possible. The helmet's pretty shit too, of like a slot for armor, whereas the chest plate and the shield give like the most armor possible. I find the boots pretty good too. But yeah, we have the glove, 11 ES, and then this is 30 armor. I go for a Jade Ami for Dex because Dex is kind of low and we want around, well, a lot less now. My build doesn't require like almost any compared to before. I think it's if you level Desecrate. Otherwise, I almost don't think we have Dex in the build anymore because I don't run Phase Run. I don't run Phase Run anymore because I want to run Convocation, and the Convocation breaks Phase Run, so I won't run Phase Run anymore. Why do I run Convocation now and didn't used to? It's because people convinced me. It's pretty good. I recommend some Sapphire Rings in the first act because you're going to fight Merveil, and having some cold res against Merveil is like cheating. You can't die. You literally can't die. It's broken. Vitality, Sapphire Rings, oh my god. Have fun. Okay, 13 to 23, some more armor, pretty much the same shit. I just scaled it up, switched to 2 stone rings because fire, cold, why not? It's a little bit better because you don't need to target Merveil now, and then you'll randomly get weird, oh yeah, another point, at level 12, you can craft LE res in your crafting bench, in your hideout for 1 transmute. Like 20 res on each piece, so that's what I recommend. You're gonna cap your reses really easily, the easiest you've ever done it, so don't complain about res cap. And so then you can swap the bases easily too, so you can go to like a heavy belt for strength, and you can get your increased armor bases as you level up and shit. It's so fucking easy. You just scale up and get tankier and tankier and tankier, but really your reses are kind of capped as soon as you cap them, and then it's just more life to make you tankier in that department. And then for the armor, it's really going to help your physical damage reduction. And yeah, so I've done the 24-33, the 34-40. You can go through all of this if you want to. It's every single act and every single level of the shops and all the stuff, depending on which quest you're on, will be the item levels. But yeah, I hope this is helpful. If you guys don't like Gruthkul, you can go Apparath for Burning Ground immunity. It's pretty fun. Hope this is cool. Hope this is helpful. So I don't think it's going to AFK Blight. It's not really the point of it. It was to get you to the story with the best quality of life build you've ever played, and then once at the story or once at mapping, you could also map with this, and it will feel good, and you'll like it probably, and then you can actually scale it into the build. Oh, this is one of the other big points. This is one of the other major things. It says here, it said somewhere, I don't remember, something about because this is an event with rewards for ascendancies, you cannot change your ascendancy class during the event. So that is why it's extremely important to start as the elementalist golem build and not start as a necromancer, because you can't switch. So that's why we made the league starter, so that everyone who watches me will know I showed you how to transition into golems fresh at 34 with the ascendancy, and then actually to scale it up to mapping and all the thing, and then I'll also show you guys the budget build I'll put together for you guys. This should be a lot of fun. This should be a really cool Mayhem event. The funny part is I've shown you all this, and we look at this is now the future, okay? Just a little bit of foreshadowing. I have a video coming for the 1 week endless delve. This is an SSF event, so no trading. So how do you play a golem build where you can't get the jewels? Do you still play Carrion Golems without the jewels? Bum bum bum. Either way, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope this is helpful to anyone trying to play the Mayhem event. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to take this opportunity to thank my Patreon and my YouTube members who financially support the channel. I can't do this without you guys, so thank you guys for all the support, and thank you to anyone new who joins the Patreon or the YouTube members today, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!